This is episode 629, and today we're going to be doing a little checklist to help you overcome challenges. We all face challenges at one time or another, and having an organized way of thinking and acting can take a lot of the stress out of the situation. So let's go over a checklist that I've used with myself and clients. But again, we have to look at, one of the key things about challenges is that we understand it's not a problem. If we think it's a problem, we will then take the wind out of our sails. We will start to look at it differently. We'll think that it can't be done, and why is this problem happening to me? But if we look at things as a challenge, and this is not Pollyanna, but an opportunity to test ourselves, see what we're made of, and to grow personally, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, challenges can be such a great benefit to us. And we also want to have a way of working through the challenges every time they come up. So let's go through this checklist. First one is evaluate the challenge. I mean, take a look at it. Often in NLP with communications, we delete, distort, or generalize information. So a lot of times with a challenge, we often distort it. We make it bigger than it is. Ever hear that expression, making a mountain out of a molehill? Well, we need to be able to evaluate the challenge, step back and take a look at it as opposed to leaning so much into it and making it up more than it is. And this happens a lot because challenges can be emotionally activating. And if we let our emotions get away with us and we're not able to articulate what emotion we're having, the challenge can seem bigger than it normally is. So the first thing here on this checklist is to evaluate the challenge and make sure you put it all into perspective. Then, when you're looking at the challenge, expect the best outcome. That doesn't mean that it's going to be completely solved, but the best outcome for this would be whatever, right? Come up with the best. Yeah, we may want to shoot for perfection and we achieve excellence, or we may want to shoot for the eagle, we bag the pheasant, we don't eat crow, whatever way, but we want to expect, because if we don't expect the best outcome, our actions and our thinking will be in line with what we expect. So when we can expect the best outcome, our thinking, our emotions, and our actions will be in line with that expectation. Believe in yourself. When we're faced with a challenge, and perhaps even a new challenge, but maybe a recurring challenge, we may doubt ourselves. But you didn't make it in life this far because you weren't able to overcome challenges, right? You have overcome many, 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 many challenges at different sizes, different intensities, different areas of your life, because you wouldn't have made it this far if you didn't. So part of believing in yourself is look back on all the challenges that you have overcome, conquered, and resolved, and know that no matter what happens, you can do the same again. Use positive, encouraging self-talk. When we talk about, I can't do this, or I don't know how I'm going to do it, or why is this always happening to me? All of that produces negative self-talk, negative images, disempowering emotions. So we want to look at the challenge as an opportunity to grow, and we want to use encouraging self-talk. And it can be even as, hey, this is going to be tough, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm not sure how it's going to come out, but I will give it everything I got. As opposed to, I don't know how I'm going to do it, I'm just going to give up, right? So we want to use positive, encouraging self-talk. Remove negative thoughts. These two go hand in glove, right? But if we look at the TFAR, thoughts lead to feelings, lead to actions, leads to results. We want to remove negative thoughts. And actually, better than removing is replace them with the positive thoughts so that you can use positive, encouraging self-talk. But basically, we want to keep our mind off of what's not possible and on to what is possible. Look for the silver lining. That means that not rose-colored glasses, but everything has a positive learning. And when we can identify the positive learning that is facing us, or even after we face the challenge, that will help us work through this challenge and help us work through other challenges as well. Avoid wasting time worrying and focus on a solution. If we focus on the problem, why is this happening to me? We're just going to get answers because you're lazy, because this, because that. But if we go, how can I resolve it? We're going to get answers. So we don't want to worry, which is problem focused and basically in the past. We want to focus on solutions, which is the future. And this is a big shift. If you could just do this one shift, shift from worrying and problems to solutions and forward and expectations, this would have a huge, huge, huge impact on how you face and conquer challenges. So also remind yourself of previous challenges you've overcome. I kind of hit on that when we talked about believe in yourself, but those go back together. So when I get done with this, you're going to be able to print this checklist out. But remind yourself of previous challenges you've overcome. Ask friends and family how they overcame similar challenges. This is a great resource. This is almost like a mastermind. Because when we look at a problem, we're looking at it the same way, through the same filters, through the same everything. And when a friend or family has been presented with the same or very similar challenge, they looked at it differently. So ask them, what did you do when this happened? How did you think about it? How did you behave? What did you do? And then start to mimic that or mirror that, those solutions, so that you can overcome them as well. Use resources that are available to you to research your obstacle. If it's whatever, if it may be a health one, granted, the internet is great for finding information, but just because it's on the internet isn't true. We want to go to reputable sources to find possible solutions for what we're doing. And this could be through forums, through podcasts, through YouTubes. But go look at that, right? Because the more information we can get, we can have better decisions. Find a mentor and study their methods of getting past challenges. This could be through books, again, through YouTubes, through audios. But you listen to some of the wonderful people out there, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, a lot of people, and Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, all of them had these challenges that they faced. And when you can find out, so a mentor doesn't have to be alive. They could be a historical mentor. Granted, if you find one that's alive, fantastic. But use those other people's challenges to come up with your own determination and your own grit on how to overcome yours. Decide on a plan of action and write it down. So important. If you having a challenge cleaning up the garage, well, make a plan. Start Saturday at this date. Take everything, put it in the driveway. Put up shelves in the garage. Put the car stuff here. Put the Christmas stuff here. Put this stuff here, right? And write down your plan of action and then do it. Follow through with each step of your plan. Yeah, it's okay to write down the plan, right? But we're going through a checklist here. So you write down the plan, great. Now follow through, take action on it. That is equally as important. All these steps may seem, well, yeah, but what's nice about it, when you write these down, it holds you accountable for making sure that you do every step on this checklist. If your plan doesn't work, adjust it and try again, right? Correct and continue. If you did something and instead of trying to do it over and over again, thinking that hitting your head on the wall is going to work, maybe just move down the wall a little bit and walk through the door, right? So if your plan doesn't work, adjust it. And that adjusting can be going back and doing more research, talking to friends, talking to a mentor, coming up with your own ideas, being more solution focused than problem focused. There's a myriad of ways to correct and continue. Learn from the positive and negative aspects of overcoming each challenge. That is, you want to go back to reviewing your challenges and say, okay, this didn't work, but this worked, this worked. So if this didn't work then, I don't think it's going to work now. So let me try something else, right? And you can do, what's working, what's not working, what needs improvement. Those questions can help out tremendously when you're facing these challenges. Apply what you've learned from other challenges, right? So that gets back to the positive and negative aspects of overcoming each challenge, and apply what you've learned. What's interesting, I call it your personal success formula. When you go back and look at how you've overcome other challenges and reverse engineer it, it's a math formula. This plus this plus this equals overcoming challenges. So we want to go back and reverse engineer and see what the components of the formula are that got you to overcome that challenge, and apply them or some modification of them to the current challenge. Work with a coach. A lot of times a mentor is somebody who's been there. A coach is somebody who will challenge you to do things differently. So working with a coach, whether it's myself or someone else, can help tremendously when you're overcoming challenges, because friends and family may provide information based on your point of view and how you relate with them. A coach doesn't have the personal connection, meaning that connection, but they do have a connection with you in achieving the goal. So reach out and get with a coach, whether it's me or someone else. So just keep in mind that life is full of its ups and downs. And one day you may feel like you have it all figured out. Yeah, we're going to smoke this. Then, in a moment's notice, you've been thrown a curveball. And then the big thing is, do not ask, why has this happened to me? You want to say, great, I'm being challenged to grow again. You're not alone in these feelings. Everyone has to face their own sets of challenges. Everyone. That's how we develop mental strength, grit, resilience, perseverance, endurance, all of it. If it wasn't for challenges, we wouldn't be able to develop any of those higher qualities. So learning how to overcome challenges will help you stay centered and remain calm under pressure, kind of like being the eye of a storm. If you like this podcast and would like to see the show notes, you can visit the site warriormindcoach.com. While you're there, you can get some more information on blog posts, podcasts, and information on how to contact me. Since you'll be on the internet, please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.